Welcome back, fellow scrubs. This is Marc Tim. I'm back with more Retro Mansion game, and I'm here with Tim.
Hi.
Hey. Tim's with us. He's gonna help again and keep me on track because I had no sleep.
Yes.
I had no sleep and
No
I'm full
boobies.
of coffee. No boobies? Did you say no boobies?
Not now.
Not
Yes.
now. Boobies later, but not now. Alright.
It's a good boy stream. Remember that.
Yeah, it's a good boy stream. Why my thing ain't working? Hold on. I gotta fix the Winamp thing ain't working.
So,
It's always
no Ember,
something.
no Twitter.
No Twitter? What's wrong with Twitter?
Yeah, no Twitter on stream.
Oh, no Twitter on stream. Yeah, for real. For real. I'm not making that mistake again. So I get my spot going. Oh, we are ready. Oh boy, so we got Ricky and he's...
And also, try not to display your downloads folder.
My what?
Your downloads folder.
Oh. That ain't nothing in there. Maybe a bunch of anime, but that's it.
So you say.
So I say. No, nobody downloads stuff. I don't want to say the word on stream. I don't know what the terms of service is for that. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't complete that sentence. Nobody downloads that stuff anymore. Anyway, they just go to the streaming hub site. They go to Happy Hub, and then they get all their happy stuff. And that's it.
I hear you're a man of culture.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, anyway, so where did we leave off? We left off me breaking the entire thing. Well, last week you didn't see that. We did off stream. I started adding shit and broke everything.
We left off with you copy and pasting everything and then me yelling that you were copy and pasting.
Yes, and it broke.
And then you changed everything. So we didn't have to copy and paste anymore.
Yeah, so we fixed a few things. We did the... Well, it's hard to tell here. I'd have to pause it.
And then you broke something?
Something. Oh yeah, last time on stream I broke the layer mask.
Yeah.
So see these little rays here? They correspond to the angle of the point here. These two sides coming together, and they point out.
You need more intro for this one.
What's that?
You need more intro for this one.
Well, that's what I'm getting to. I'm telling them what the rays are for.
We were trying to make a landing work.
I know. I'm getting there. See how you fell in the block? It's completely intentional. Actually, it kind of is. Yeah. Let me show over here. So if you're on a triangle, which is over here. If I were to jump here, and I'm gonna slow it down so you can see it. When he falls in, he needs to land here. He needs to ignore this point over here, even though he technically could land on this if we wanted him to, because it's one of those geometry points, or the world points as Tim calls them.
That's what they're called in code.
Well, they're described as world points, but I don't know. They're spike points. So if you were to run into the side of this, one of those points would prevent you from moving into it. It's protrusion prevention. However, it will catch here if we don't tell it to otherwise. So what needs to happen is he needs to land down on this and ignore this, so that he can walk up to the tippy top of this. And as you can see, here's those rays again. And then the red one points up in whatever direction Ricky thinks is up. So we basically had to kind of get an idea of, is this thing pointing up and will it stick into Ricky if he lands on top of it, you know, with the floor here? And if so, then we want to ignore that because that's bad. We don't want to do that. And over here, we don't want to do it. So I'm gonna slow it down, jump and fall, and okay, so he gets caught. Now the reason he gets caught here is because he's not allowed to land on that spike. He's not allowed to pass through it like he is over here. Because if you
That seems like buggy behavior at the moment.
Yeah, So because the reason is you don't want to be able to come into it from the side. I'm trying to, like, he's sticky in the air right now, so it's a little weird, but...
Him getting stuck there is a flow, whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he shouldn't be getting this far into this one, though. He should be getting stopped by this one on this side.
No, it seems to consider it ignores it.
Yeah, but this down here should be a wall here. So he shouldn't be able to penetrate into it. Yeah, this is a wall because he won't go into it with his corner. So that's something we gotta consider too.
I think our exclusion code is reading it correctly.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's detecting that it's... I don't know.
Seeing it as floor, but we're not on the floor side.
Right.
That's why I was saying you need to include some sort of directionality, that we are on the right of that point, instead of being on the left.
This is a pain.
That's why.
Shit's getting complicated now, kids. Oh fuck, I forgot the chat.
Oh, wait there.
Speaking of kids, this YouTuber channel ain't for kids. If you're watching it on YouTube, get the hell off my channel so I don't get fined. No kids allowed. 13 and under, get the fuck out. That's what Copa says. Don't blame me, blame Uncle Sam. Alright, so if you said anything in chat, I apologize. It's in the ether now.
That's what you get.
You should have had the chat open too.
For voting for G.
For voting for G. Shut up, he's the world's president. I'll have nothing else. You should open the chat too, so you can catch my mistake. Anyway. Okay, fine. Alright.
As I was saying, you need to double check whether you are actually on the same direction as the line.
What does that mean exactly?
Well, simulate this. Simulate landing on that point.
Sure. Boop. Goes through though. Because we're telling it to ignore it. But if you didn't, you'd be here.
Now we probably need to make this more complex.
Probably.
One, are you already line reft to this line?
You wouldn't be if you were landing on it.
Yeah, but that's I think already an exclusion principle we have. That's step one. Are we line reft?
If so, then you just ignore it because yeah, it's something that you're already connected to, so you don't bother looking at it.
And the other principle I think is we are landing here. And we look down from our center point. Do we see the same line ref?
Wait, say that again?
If we look down from our center point, with a ray cost or anything like that, do we see the line ref that we have determined as a floor?
And if we don't, then we
are to the right of it. Yeah.
Interesting. I see what you're saying. The only hiccup there is if, and I'll just move it so that we'll see what that looks like. The only hiccup I can think of there is if you do something like this, and then you're not actually on that line ref, but you still want to ignore it because you're coming down to a floor. So this is acting correctly in this case where it does not. Wait, hold on, but it will stop you. You can't walk into it. Yeah, it actually should stop you here. Because you can't walk into it. So you should walk off of it and to the... Oh, man. I guess.
Almost feel like every row point it generates some fake line or something. Horizontal.
Yeah, in this case, yeah, you should probably be able to walk off this point and fall, and then continue on, but not be able to go back. But this would be the floor extension would come into here. at that point. You know what I mean? The 4 extension would kind of bridge the gap there.
Yeah, but
you
that
wouldn't
only
go
works when you're actually... Yeah, that's the thing. That's something we made it to account for.
Yeah, should it let you go back or not? Because you're going to hit this with your toe. You'll be able to walk off of it like it's nothing and continue walking, but when you walk back, you'll hit it.
Even a floor extension is coming too late. If they just...
Well, this could be one of those things where like, well, it's only like, I don't know, see, it's only like 0.2 above you, so just let it go. Just transition to it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You know, one of those things. You just let it go. However that to be accomplished. Yeah, something like that. Might be the.
You probably might want to consider it being foot-sized or something.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it's only like up to here, so maybe up to this portion. Maybe just 1 pixel, or even, or I'm sorry, no, pixel is.
In this case, your sprite
pixels.
definitely messing up the image.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The actual bottom is right here. Like if we want to move Ricky out of the way, it's right here. Hello.
Just notice that's technically less than a pixel.
Yes, it is.
Well, you have it
That's
there?
what I was saying. You could do it up to 2 pixels, or even 3 pixels tolerance, so that when he runs into it, he'll just hop up.
Because we're going to obfuscate this with like a pixel grid.
Yeah.
Like apply some graphics to it. You won't even notice the difference between those lines.
Right. Right, that's the idea. Or he'll hop just so minimally that it'll be, oh, he stepped up a step. Visually,
Logically,
it makes sense. Yeah.
Logically, if we translate this to pixels, whatever the max allowable walk angle is, vertically, should be the thing he can jump to.
Maybe. That depends, because we might crank it up, like kind of what Mario World really cranks up the max walkable angle, and it just makes you slide backwards on it. So that might look a little goofy in some cases.
If you imagine if he can actually walk it, you know,
Yeah.
then the slope in pixels of that angle should be transitionable without looking weird.
Yeah, I guess.
So back to the raycast proposal here.
Right.
You're landing on the point. How far do you want to shoot down?
I don't know. I guess your velocity.
Or do we just do some sort of intersect magic?
What do you mean?
Dot product magic?
Oh, to see if you're above it or whatever?
Yeah. Or do you just want to raycast that?
AJ says if you handled steps, that would probably work. Handled steps. Oh yeah, that's what we were saying. That's what we were just talking about. If he could just step up to here, then it would be fine, because he'd be able to walk over this way, and probably wouldn't even fall by the time he hit this. But then he'd walk back and just step over it. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. If it just make the step tolerance like these 2 pixels, the height of what these 2 pixels appear to be. And if he stubs his toe, he'll just boop, and away he goes. Hey, X-Wild Wolf, what's up?
Yeah, we still need to attack the line we're landing on.
Yeah, so if you shoot down and you see, oh, there's a line here when we're gonna land, maybe only in that case we want to check to see if there's something there. No, well, we have to shoot pretty far down, because we could have so little velocity that we would hit this spike first.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. So I'm wondering how far we need to go.
We could do it. We could do it only when.
Honestly,
I got an idea.
Calculate it well.
when we hit this, when we actually get to the point where we need to check for this omission, shoot from the player down and see if you find this line ref that he's a part of. And if you do, go ahead with the omission. And if you don't.
Yeah, but it should be shooting from the center point, right?
Right, it would shoot from Ricky.
But how far?
Float down infinity. Just shoot it.
Yeah.
Just shoot it really far. And if we happen to find it, cool. And if we don't, then don't worry about it. AJ says, Unreal has some neat stuff, but it can't do this. You can't play and watch what's going on in the scene. Really? I'm surprised by that. I am really surprised by that. That's
Mark,
like
let's
a
implement the
super
exclusion.
huge asset.
Let's implement that system.
Yeah, let's try it. We can implement it.
And it should be the first hit that you take.
What do you mean?
The first hit of the ray.
Well, yeah. Maybe.
Unless hits are mod up epsilon close together.
I guess if it doesn't hit that first, if it hits another valid 4, and I guess then we would just consider it a world point then, and you just stand on it. If it hits something else.
No.
Right?
No.
No. Why?
You can imagine a flat. You can imagine a different flat floor and a spike peeking out. It still would need to exclude it. So just do amount of infinite until we find the same collider. Infinite length distance, right?
Right.
Until we find the same collider.
So if we find it at
Same
all,
line ref.
if we find it at all, but then we
best.
don't want to do anything. Okay, we
Let's
can
try for the best.
We can try it that way, sure. Alright, I gotta figure out where the hell we are now. Hold on. Do we even use this anymore? I think we don't use this. No. Okay, getting rid of that. Yeah, well, oh yeah, that's the other thing we did off stream. I guess we didn't really mention it. Where we were musing last time about maybe we could just merge the falling and the walking state. We did do that. We went ahead and did that. That's a big change that we should have gone over.
That's why you're air collision now.
Yes, that's why we have air collision. That's right. It's a little wonky, but we have it. Okay, here's the position here. Where is... This is it here, I think. This prevents landing on a spike whose one side is walkable and the other is not. Yes. So you're saying that when we get to this point and we do say, hey, we do want to exclude it, now...
Then we need to actually confirm that we are landing on the line.
Yeah. Confirm that you are going to land... Well, you are hovering over the line, let's say.
Yeah.
And this could get a little weird if you happen to start to fall into it, but then you pass beyond it and then come back over it. Like if you pass beyond it and then try to move backwards, then all of a sudden you're seeing it as a wall now too. I'm thinking we might have to, I'll draw what I mean here, just so it's one for my own sanity's sake, to make sure I'm not spouting shit. And number 2, to make sure the idea is clearly conveyed. So let's see, we'll get green.
I think the edge walking is going to come into play here.
So if we have this, just like we do in the scene play, and, well, 2 things. First of all, say this is us, right? He's a little short, but this is our center point. If we fall down this way, we still want to omit this here, right? So we have to do the check from here on the sides.
This would catch on the X system, on the edge walk system.
Oh yeah, you're right. It would, wouldn't it?
So it will hit that roll point generate a line raft that's completely horizontal with respect to your rotation.
Right, yeah, you would walk out to here, and only when you fell that far, your center
So that your
points
corner
here-
can clear it.
Yeah, then you would be able to fall down. Right, and that would prevent you from getting stuck into the tip here. That was my concern. I was thinking maybe we could get stuck in here, but you're right. The edge system will take care of that. All right, never mind. That's why we draw them out. So, okay.
The other example I was mentioning is if you drew a straight collider here. You only had a little spike peeking over the out. You still want to ignore it because they're connected line rafts.
Wait, say that again?
If you drew a square collider
Mm-hmm.
on top of the one you drew just now and have only the spike peeking out at the top, you still need to omit it
So you're saying...
because they're connected.
Oh, shit, or what was our example was something like this, right? So, wait, if you're saying if you land on here, then you also have to admit it?
Now put it more to the right. The spike more in the middle of the square.
Okay, so something like this then. Let's pretend that's walkable. Alright, now what?
Yeah, pretend. So if you walked on the left side,
Yeah, if you walk
the square
this
section.
way,
on the flat section,
you're gonna go
it would
up,
still be something you need to exclude.
and then you'd fall down here in this way. But if
Yeah, so if you landed on a spike, but you would actually attack the square first,
Oh,
you still need to exclude it.
yeah, so you're saying if you're here and you're falling, you would hit this first, but you still want to emit the spike, so you have to check underneath to see if this extends from here.
Yep.
Now the only thing that might hiccup that though is, what about this? If you fall here, you don't see it here. So then all of a sudden this becomes a wall point. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, then you can also check the first hit if it connects to the, if it intersects with the same line ref. We set at the floor.
Maybe. Trying to think of how that would work.
We have this code.
Well,
We have this kind of exclusion code in place already.
yeah, kinda. We'd have to get a line ref here. But we'd have to know what this line ref was. We don't know what this is. Well, we do actually, because we're only checking if this is going to hit. So we do have this line ref potentially. Yeah, we do. We absolutely have this line ref. We're actually getting both of these.
Yeah.
So we would say, does this line ref intersect this line ref? Good point. Or either of them. It doesn't matter which one, I suppose.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
We did a similar system already.
Do we even need any of this stuff then? What we did last time.
The angling.
Angling still counts though, right? Makes me wonder if this check would take care of that anyway, or not.
Perhaps.
Here's another problem though, I think. What if this box doesn't exist? Now what? Pretend that the box here doesn't exist and you're only falling on
catch.
this. It should catch.
Yep.
Why?
Because now it's a free floating rope point.
But if you were just over...
This will be an edge walking case.
If you were just over here, though, you would land on this, wouldn't you?
If you were...
If you landed
Well,
here instead.
we could... We could make an argument that if all the points are so close together that there's half your collider is not walkable.
Maybe.
Could make an argument.
Maybe.
Those circles will go bonkers away, but yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, there is that. My only concern with that in particular is that, say, if this thing may be scaling or rotating or something, you could possibly trigger that tolerance, and it could freak out a little bit. But there is a case to be made that if it is this small, you might just land on it like this, and the edge system might just take over, at least on the right side. And if you happen to walk back to the left, then you'll walk down a little bit and hit this edge system anyway. So either way, it might not matter. The amount of hiccuping that it would transitioning from like a corner to the center point would be only a couple pixels anyway at that point. And that kind of jitter is not really a problem for something so tiny.
In this particular case, if you want to detect it, you can say that the left point intersects with its own non-existent line ref.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me erase this just because I don't have any fucking room. Actually,
would have to land on the big line.
I forgot something though. When you do fall here, remember that we do have the edge system eventually. So even if you do fall here, you are actually going to hit this, and thereby you would, well, let's say that he's bigger here.
Well, it's not detectable though.
We will have to detect this somehow.
Unless you actually want to put in.
Hey, nothing's X's.
Line Can we make line colliders?
You can. I don't know if it's a good idea to use them though. They are a little finicky.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that we're actually arbitrarily, well, imaginarily creating line colliders like this in that spot. And that's how it should behave.
Like, really, in this case, I think this should satisfy this check. I think this should be considered an intersecting line with this, and it should let you fall all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. And then if you happen to fall over here, of course, then, it's an extension of this one. So, just to go over this again, because we haven't really talked about this in a while, what we're basically doing is saying that half from your center out to the half here, if you walk off any surface, it will consider up to that point to be a straight line. So if I take this guy and I'm pretending I'm walking him down here, he's moving like this. Once you hit here, he's going to start walking out, even though there's nothing visibly existing here, until his foot here is at the edge. And then once you take one step out, this ceases to exist physically, and then you fall down this way.
And this is so that the edges of your own collider can clear the other collider.
Yes. And it also looks a little better visually for old school games. So, and the same is true on the other end as well. So I'm gonna cut him here. If you're walking up this way, because assuming that this is too steep to walk down,
I was gonna say,
yeah, then you would walk this way until you were clear of it, and then you would fall down like that. That's the basic principle. So then that's why when we say, oh, you're gonna fall, you're gonna miss it, but you're still gonna catch the extension here from the edge system, that should still count, because you will technically land on this. The character will be checking from the sides and for points to say, hey, am I going to hit something here when I fall down? And then it'll look to say, oh yeah, there's points here. These are edge points. We're going to pretend that there's 4 here so that you can land on it. Which we don't have that system in place yet, but it will be eventually. It will have to be. So,
in this case, we need to do something like just a ray. Imagine a ray line intersect with the other imaginary line.
Right, we would make a phantom line reference, essentially, or surface reference, I guess is what we call it now in code, which is more accurate. And then that would inherently be tied to this surface. Actually, it would be tied to both of these, but we would check the one that goes up, I guess. We know. Yeah, this one would register as a 4, so we would know that this is the one on top, the one that's facing
Do we
us.
need 2 ray columns? Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Or not. Well, unless you just do an imaginary intersect calculation.
Well, we will do that too. We will have to. So what'll happen is when it shoots down... Well, first, the system would detect, hey, we have to actually pretend these are here. That's step 1. Step 2 is, did we actually hit that thing? Or would we actually hit that intersection if we were to fall down? Or if we shot
You're saying
down
we don't need to raycast?
Maybe?
We could just calculate it.
Well, yeah, but the next part is that the intersection code is we already have an intersection code. So we could just say, does this intersect with this?
Yeah, so you'd make 2 imaginary lines. So you have to check.
Well, this one is not imaginary. This one exists.
Yeah, but now we're checking against the extended versions of the line.
Right.
As well. Just kind of like, huh?
Yeah, these ones I'm not exactly sure how we're going to
But if we're going to
know if these hit or
check
not.
phantom lines anyway, you might as well just do it by calculation right away.
Well, that's when
But
we
this
get
thing
to
is never raycastable.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say that we have to figure out a way to figure, are you actually gonna hit it or not? Probably the best way to do it, because this line will always be parallel with the bottom of your collider for the player because of rotational gravity. If your collider is like this and this is like this, well, then this is always going to be like this anyway. So you're always gonna have this parallel nature with it. So you could say, because you know that the surface is always flush or flat with you could just say, what's the distance between here and here? And that's it. You know where this is gonna be, right? Because it's always like your size or half your size or whatever the hell it is. So you kind of know where this exists anyway. You could just say, okay, from here to here, how far
That's what I'm
is
saying.
it?
We could just do an intersect calculation without needing to raycast.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I was just saying. The intersect, we already have intersect code that does not need raycast.
But also for the regular board.
Yeah, I know. We absolutely have intersect code. That's what we worked on last time. I know that.
Yeah, so don't raycast. We don't raycast. Just calculate.
Well, but we don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but we don't know when we're falling if it's going to intersect with what we found. We have to see what we found first with the raycast to then check to see if that intersects. The only time we don't have to do that is if they're imaginary, but we haven't even got that far yet. We don't have an edge system yet. But in a physical, on a physical hit condition, we absolutely have to find this first before we even try to intersect with it. What are we going to intersect it with? Nothing? Thin air? We don't know what the hell's below us until we look.
Well, draw out a few examples. You see why I said you can't. You don't need to raycast.
Okay, well, let's do that exact example then. Here's our big old box. And here's our triangle. So why don't I have to raycast?
In this case?
Yes. We're falling down.
If you just tell it there's a line ref straight down.
What do you mean
And
tell it?
use the intersect code. If you tell a line, make a line, imaginary line
Where?
from center point downward, without actually casting a ray code, and check that with the intersect code. Do the line ref you have, we're fine.
You want to make a line here. You want to just pretend that a line exists here.
Yeah.
And you just want to run an intersect thing on this.
Yeah, to the line after the roll points.
Without knowing if you can actually land on this. I mean,
You already know the angle of the line ref. It was already determined to be 4.
Well, this was, but you may not even be landing on that. You might be landing on something else. I don't know if that matters. Just kind of expected that it would.
We've already cleared a few checks. It is a 4.
We don't know that yet. Well, we know this might be a 4. Or we know if this is a 4 or not. But we don't know if this is a 4.
Ultimately, that square is not relevant, is it?
I guess not.
Unless you can imagine a situation where that square is actually a wall.
Okay.
And even then, we should ignore that roll point, because if it's a wall, it will kick us to that point.
I think I see where you're going with this. So, let's, fuck, how do we want to do this?
And then if you have an extension, we check with the extension instead.
Yeah, okay, center line check, B, point B, is going to be equal to position
Primarily, I'm saying
at beginning.
to not recast, because we have to compare phantoms to phantoms.
Yeah, we're not recasting anymore. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have to compare it to the imaginary line.
Shit, wait. We
Somewhere
want,
down.
Yeah, transform dot up minus. There's no transform that down. They just minus transform that up times however far we want to look. So we could do float dot infinity. I mean, if we really want to.
There's no transform down?
Nope, it's actually just negative up. Yeah, down is just negative up. So, or is it plus? I think it's a plus. Yeah, so this is our direction and distance being added to our current position, and that's our point line B. So then
You don't need infinity, by the way.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. It shouldn't technically matter. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it even works.
I mean, ultimately, the biggest step you can make is the max allowable angle times your width.
Okay, line 1.1, and that will be our position at the beginning. And then 0.2 is B. So this is our center line. And then we need whatever the hell we're trying to bump into, which is line ref left or
One of the two.
right. I guess it depends on which one's the 4 here, so we will... Oh, wait, hold on. This is... Whoa, hold on. This point angle... Okay, yeah, we're just gonna have to redo this check again. Yeah. Let's just redo this check, so...
Well, let's be fair. If
we're gonna need multiple lines. It's an easy enough check, so it really shouldn't be much of a problem to do it again. It's just an enum. So we need bool past center line intersection check. Say it's false first. And I'll set that. Okay, so then we need left line ref.
at this point, I wonder if we need the upward spike check anymore.
That's what I'm wondering, you know? This could possibly work regardless. So then we copy that, and then if we want to do it from the right, then we got to do the right line
As
ref.
much headache as it costs us.
Yeah, I know, it sucks to get rid of like code you bled for. So then if
Keep the reference code, but it was inactive.
if it did not pass, then still the winner is false.
You're working on GameDev or Unity? Chat asks.
I don't understand that question.
I don't know either. It's Unity.
We're doing game development using Unity. But they're not mutually exclusive. Yeah, Unity. We're using Unity. Yeah, you're welcome. Pass center line intersection check. If you did not pass it, then you did not pass, and we fail. So, yeah, it's possible that this may not be needed, but let's see if this works at all, I guess.
Well, Chat wants to see it work.
Yeah. Alright, let's see.
That's not your work.
I know. Well, I'm letting it compile. Just give me a minute. So the only way this would fail right now... Oh, it already failed. It already failed. Apparently they don't intersect. Hold on. Let's see. He should still be fine. So let's see. Let's see what the actual result here was. Oh, here we go. Okay. I done. Hey! How... Posse in Dota. There's no capitalization to really tell me where one part ends and the other doesn't. But I hope I got that right. Posse in Dota. Hossein Dota? I am so sorry. I have no fucking clue. Much better? Okay. Well, I'll take it. I'll take it. Alright, let's see. It did say it passed it. So it should have let it through then. It's true. The opposite of true is false, so it should have passed through. I stream development stuff on Mondays and Thursdays at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, this should actually be letting him through. I don't see why it's not.
Is Monday just fighting in code running?
What's that?
Thursday? That's from code.
Oh,
so Monday is fighting game?
Yeah, Monday is a fighting game. I work on a fighting game. Fan game. And then Thursday is this platforming project. I don't know why it's not letting him land, because it's telling him...
Time to debug the LBRY.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, it's still the winner. Oh, just doing another thing here. Maximum, just check. Yeah, no, it should be doing it. Wait, so what the hell is he? Well, let's check to see what his actual result was. Oh, is he? No, it should be back. Okay. The result was the winner was 4. Wait, no, spike rate result. Spike wall hit. Oh, wait, I think we got it backwards. We want to stop it. Yeah. Wait, no. The winner means stopping, so we don't want to stop it. We want to omit it. That's what it was. Just get it backwards. Okay. I was thinking that, the win was the good condition. But yeah, it's working now. Yay!
Response to chat, Mark. When do you think there will be a demo out for this?
Can we play the game anytime soon? No, not at all. I'm so sorry. it's way off. We still got months of this shit before that. But Pocket Fighter has a demo. I think the bot will. Yeah, there you go. You can play Pocket Fighter. That's the game I work on Mondays. That one has a demo.
But that's what we're trying really hard right now.
Yeah, we're trying to get this shit going so that we can at least do a Patreon demo.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it's just in a terrible state right now. Like there would be almost
Crowd
no
show
reason to-
it for you.
Oh, he got stuck here. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. Edge system will take over for that.
Walk around a bit, show it.
Yeah, this is what we got so far. Got platforms, running, jumping, all the fun stuff. Still very prototype though.
Flying, jumping.
Yeah. Go and walk around circles. Oh boy.
Big circles. Mark, turn it on.
Yeah, I will.
Rotational gravity.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So, yeah, rotate the body with the angle, and then you can go around. Whee! And it changes your gravity. So your gravity's now different.
I'm pretty sure it's like a bugger better than the main stage.
Probably. Whee!
We put the seat up.
Yeah. So,
Yo.
yeah, we got that.
How far can you get?
How far? Oh, upside. Oh, jeez, I cannot control him upside down. It's impossible.
I mean, with rotational gravity on.
Oh, like down here? Oh, jeez, I don't know. Yeah, this will be weird. Because if you jump this way, you're going this way at that point. Well, yeah, just like that. Oh, you get stuck on that because he's rotating with it. Oh yeah, he can't go over the sides there because they're too steep. But he can do this. Whee! Whoops. Yeah, this is hard. It really messes with your sense of gravity.
Well, that's why gravity should reset whenever you jump.
It could. It could. Oh, you got stuck. You got stuck on the little one.
Hey, he's holding up pretty well.
Yeah, he is. He is. If I can... I don't know if I can get hooked onto something to turn around. I want to get on the bottom of that. I'll try to get on the bottom of the thing here. I can't wedge myself over there.
Choose a circle in the sky.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I might be able to do that. Oh, this is gonna get complicated.
We haven't tested it well, actually. Or you just turn rotational gravity off and you flip it up to down.
Yeah.
Oh, he's actually holding on there.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He's doing all right.
Weird.
Okay, so. Oh god.
You know what? It's probably overcorrecting the for the rotation.
Maybe. There we go. 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 Yeah, there we go. Got on the bottom. It's working. It's working. There we go. Whee.
Yeah, we haven't actually tried this for a while, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see that it's still working all right. Other than the little Twitter test. Oh yeah, I guess he would be able to make that transition. That's within his angle. Ricky Galaxy. Yeah, pretty much.
Do you still have the camera script for this?
Oh no, I don't know. Maybe.
It's a moon missile, I think.
Yeah. Follow rotation. Yeah, there we go. There we go. You're right. You're right. Here, let me turn back our gizmos off. Yeah, there we go. That makes it a little easier. That makes it a lot easier. Yeah, there we go. Now it's really Ricky Galaxy. You're right. I forgot all about that. Here, let me also turn off his...
How is he not getting stuck?
Because we did good. That's how. There we go.
Wow.
Oh, it was, uh-oh. That's the end of that. No, we're going out. We're going out. There we go. I gotta change gravity a little bit more to get over there. There we are.
I think if you just code it in that, you know, it refers back to basic gravity whenever we jump. But, okay.
You might be able to do that. I don't know. I mean, we're not really making that kind of game, so I just didn't
Yeah, I'm
think
saying.
about it. Yeah, so it's getting a little weird. It's hard to get
For testing
back
purposes,
around.
it might be required. Like if you jump, it might snap to the nearest.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can get back up there.
So either up, down, left, or right. You know, whatever's nearest.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, there we go. Might better get something here. Oh yeah, well we can get back this way. It's so fun.
Wow, the camera went bonkers there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it sort of works. Oh, he gets caught on that. That's funny. Oh yeah, I guess he would see that as an edge, because he transitioned to it like it
Yeah,
was.
it's a 90-degree edge.
Yeah, because he transitions to it.
Now do me a favor.
Yes.
Disable max level walking.
Oh, like completely?
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
I have no clue what it's going to do.
It'll just let him walk over everything, I think. Alright, we're gonna crank the max walkable angle all the way up to max. Okay, he can't go down 90 degrees. We know that much, because he is... Whoa, he got stuck. That's it. Oh, game over there. He's stuck. He got stuck.
How did you even land there, man?
I don't know. I really don't. Alright, let's try that one more time. That was kind of fun. Okay. Oh, camera's not going with him.
Good call, Larry. Good call.
Yeah, death. One Ricky death.
Alright, Sunday is Mega 11, right?
Yes. That's right.
Yeah, I won't be around.
You will not be around?
I got a movie catch.
What movie?
I will not say.
Oh. Huh. Because we're on stream or because it's me? Hey, legit question.
I'll say. The new Frozen movie.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I think I just walked off the left here. Or something. Or
That's
to the
supposed to
right.
make Disney ads, man.
I was actually able to transition to the right here. It's just odd. Oh.
I think it's left-right thingamajiggy and this thing going on.
It doesn't work on this side, though. Although we did crank it to max, so we kind of do expect a little
It's
bit
not
of...
built for max.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah, this side lets you go. Yeah, we do expect a little bit of weirdness because of that.
But that has to do with the whole climbing system, I think.
Yeah.
And the modulation, you know?
Because it won't allow that to happen with the edge system anyway. It'll just... Yeah.
I'm surprised it's holding up.
Yeah, me too. Other than, you know, the walking into... I did it from here or something? I got in there somehow? No, that was fucked up.
Yeah, you landed in the little gap. The other one.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way in this way. Yeah, there we go. Now I get back.
Well, Mark, delay Mega 11 by a week and go play Star Trek.
Really? I guess. Kind of wanted to go through it, but yeah, whatever.
You can, but you can review it later.
Yeah, I don't know. Fair enough. I'll think about it. It makes sense not to do it until you're back.
Otherwise, schedule a Mega 11 full burst stream.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
You figure out which way's up yet?
Nope, not Hey, I win. Let's see. I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is.
Looking for boy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess that would be too steep to go up. Goal! Oh, this is bad. Why does this let me go in? That's bad. Why does this happen?
Yes.
This is very bad.
Well, I'm not seeing your corner rays active. May work.
No, not down there. Like they are. Well, they are active, but they're not hitting anything.
Well, slow down.
It's got to have something to do with the last collider emission. We might just have to have line ref emissions and then get a little smarter about intersections and shit. That's what I've been thinking about earlier today.
But I'm surprised it hasn't rotated him into a wall yet.
It did that one time, but that was it.
Yeah, because you jumped into the tiniest
That
gap.
was too close. I don't think there's anything close enough to rotate him into a wall. Like if I were to bring this, hold on. Ricky, where are you? If I were to bring this like here, I bet it would rotate him in. Or not there. Sorry, hold on.
Well, that's a good call, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So something like this, he might rotate in if it's close enough, and he doesn't hit it first.
Well, on the 90 there, he's definitely got to make a really abrupt transition.
It would be an outward rotation. I think that would do it. So it would have to be like over here. Something like that might get him stuck inside. But there's it's so nuanced here that it doesn't really. Oh, we got one that's not though. So yeah, let's get back over here. All right, this is one that's dangerous. Yeah, right there. Now he can back out, I think, because of the last collider emission. But he's definitely in there where he's not supposed to be. Like this.
Yeah, because he warped into it.
Yeah. Now he does get to come out, and that's probably because of the last emission or something. Which surprisingly is kind of safe, at least in this sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if I jump here, once he lands back properly...
I feel like we need to somehow micro-step the rotation.
We might have to. I really, really don't know how I want to handle it. And it could
like
be
he's
something...
on the points?
It could be something as simple as... if we do... Let's... Oh, wrong one. Oh, yeah. Let's say that it's like this, right? And then how does this work? So then it's essentially like this. So when your dude is here and you want to move to a point, well, this might have to be farther down actually. Yeah, you want to move to a point that's going to put him like this. Probably my first thought, to be honest, was to be like, let's just make a big box that encompasses the new rotation and the old rotation, and if anything's inside of that box, world points. Just don't let it happen. You know, it can be a more generous area around it. It doesn't have to be exact. You just give it a little buffer on the outside of all the points.
You're basically saying he can't rotate at all.
Right. We'll say, well, if he does rotate, if we want to rotate on this point here, and he does rotate, his corner is going to be here. Are we going to hit anything? If we do an area cast around it, are we going to hit anything?
Your proposal, Ricky's going to stop on the point and say, I can't continue because there's something in my way.
Essentially.
Even though there's air in front of you.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be a little bit of a dead zone there, but it would be better than him rotating into it.
Or while rotating into it.
Yeah.
Or the other idea was just we simulate the rotation until we actually stop on a point.
You could do that, but then I think you're into the boxcast territory of how many cycles do you need to go? What's your increment of movement? You know, you'll never get flush with it, with that kind of iteration.
Well, unless you know exactly where the roll point is and where it would have struck you and how many rotations you need.
Maybe. I don't know. But
it's a mad thing.
Yeah, is it also worth doing all those calculations too? So I don't know. That's a good question though. I would say the simplest, cheapest answer would just be do an overlap and then just see if anything's in the way. And if it is...
The other scenario would look the best, I think, ultimately.
Yeah, it would. But yeah, who knows how much it'll cost though in the long run. So it's hard to say. I don't think that there would be enough visual hiccup to just not allow this to happen. Just be like, okay, well you just can't rotate.
Wait, imagine doing 360 micro step just to get every angle.
No way, man. That would take up so much CPU. But remember, Ricky's not the only person that's going to have that code. Everybody's going to have that code.
Yeah.
Enemies, items, anything that has to interact. So, yeah, it's a big thing to consider. But
You probably have to correlate your speed with your rotation somehow.
I don't think so, because when you hit this point here, it only happens because this is a badly drawn diagram, to be honest. This point probably should be like down here, but it's really when you hit this point, this intersection, will it rotate? So like your dude's here, and that was horrible. Your dude's actually already like here, and he's gonna rotate to a point like this. You know what I mean? So kind of just like pretend this part doesn't exist for now.
Yeah.
So you've got.
I mean, you as a person can imagine where it struck the point.
Yeah, it only happens at the transition. So it's a little. It's an instant rotation if you're doing it at the end of one line and transitioning to another one. You could absolutely...
It would be something like, imagine if you walk straight forward, something, then adjust it for the rotation somehow, but it's crazy, Matt.
You could technically step it over a few frames, but I think that would be more dangerous because you want to make sure that you're actually walking in line with your new line and that you're not rotating to get to that new line while you're walking over the next few frames. Now you could visually just don't let the rotation correct the sprite all the way. You could easily handle that, and then visually you wouldn't be able to tell the difference unless you saw the collision data. You know what I mean? So if Ricky goes from this orientation here and then to this orientation here, just have Ricky sprite step through these angles over the few frames, but the collision itself goes from here to here in that one update. That way you can kind of like, you know, have your cake and eat it too, in that case. So if he does actually stop here right after the first update, Ricky will actually go a few, he'll go a few angles here before he actually bumps his head into it. It might actually look alright. You might not even notice that the collision already happened if it does it that way.
Yeah, I think we'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's still down the road, but yeah. It would be cool.
Did we actually make the exclusion code work?
I don't know. We're screwing around with all this. Maybe? Or did he get stuck? No, he gets stuck. Wait, we reversed the reverse the flag on it, right? Did I save it? Yeah, apparently I did.
We'll make sure the old system is coming out.
Oh, we're still using the old system, but it has to pass that first in order to get here.
Even though I need it. It might interfere.
So, let's say that all.
Because the old system has a failing state when they're both equal.
So we don't have to worry about the angle. I do like the debug though. I'm just gonna comment it out here for now, and if it works, then we'll let it just go.
Add that one.
We could comment this out, but then the debug would stop working. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just move all this into the debug. So it doesn't do the check, but it will show us the nice little debug lines. So the check is now disabled. The angle check is disabled. It will only check to see here first if it's a floor and a wall, or a wall and a floor, which we do need to still check. And then it won't do anything with this because that's debug only. It passes this check automatically. I just put true in there. And then it'll go on to do this. So let's see what we get. Still stuck. But why?
Why though?
Yeah, that's I seriously need a dedicated slide to that cell meme. But why though? Okay, but why though? And just hit the button every time that we need it. Alright, I'm gonna step it once. Boom. And let's go to fuck. Let me take that out.
I'm wondering what your comments mean there actually. Oh, you are too? What does that mean?
Alright, we're on the point, and I just want to confirm to see what he thinks is going on. Yeah, spike wall hit. So he's definitely thinking that he did hit that.
Should you get a little bit more to the left?
I could,
Repeat that.
but this also should still work. So it said that the lines did not intersect. Oh, okay. So what's happening here is he's saying that he's so close to the edge that he didn't connect with the line. The lines don't intersect.
Bit from the left.
You're right, yeah. So, alright, let me unpause it here. And you're right, let's skip to the left.
The edge is a no-edge case.
Oh. Literal edge case. Okay. Now, let me put that breakpoint back in. And... oh. Boop, there we go. Survey says they do intersect, so let's step it through. And it looked like it worked. Yeah, looks like it works. Yep, it works.
Yeah,
just don't get all the way to the edge.
Yeah.
The edge system will take over for that. So you're right. Yeah, we don't need the angle check anymore. Well, so how does this work now? I guess that's fine. Alright, and then how does... oh, this works. Oh, good. Oh, it works. Good job. Good job, you fixed that. Oh, that's great.
Okay.
Nice.
What did you write in the comments though? I can't quite decide what they meant.
I said... stop. Ignore these. They don't matter anymore. So I said we want to exclude it. Confirm that you are hovering over the line with our center point. It's a little ambiguous.
And then?
And that's it. That's the only real comments. This just says that these are formed.
Oh, our. Okay.
Our center line. Yeah.
Our spent.
Yeah, it was our. I fixed the typo. And then...
Okay, then we need an additional statement here for future expansion.
Okay.
We're going to check this with the edge walk line as well.
Alright, let's rewrite some of this anyway. I'm going to take out these comments because we don't really care what these are now. This is all debug shit, so...
It was a good reminder on how next order works. When I go somewhere then.
Yeah, so let's see. Number one, we don't need this. We're already in that loop. Okay. Make a line from our center point downward. Line segment from our center point downward, and then check to see if this center line segment intersects with...
And if they don't intersect, then we need to check the phantom line.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes. So, else to do. We need to check the edge system lines as an extension of this intersection. Yeah, that's pretty tough, right? That makes sense.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay, that looks alright.
We have half hour, I think? Or less. Or nothing.
20 minutes.
Oh.
20 minutes.
Well,
We started a little late, so...
wait, what? Edge system or ungluing?
We want ungluing first. I don't think the edge system makes sense to go into until we fix all the other ungluing shit. My fear is that the ungluing thing can be a big process. So we may... If we start that now, we're just going to be theory crafting. We're not going to get anything tangible done. We can do that tomorrow off stream.
First and foremost,
It's also
show-
good that we didn't break it.
just show what the gluing's problem is.
Yeah, fair enough. So, the problem when I'm holding left here, or even letting go, once you stick to a surface, you stop. Sometimes you can let go and it'll fall, and sometimes it doesn't. But the initial problem is exactly that. So, yeah, we got that problem. We want it to stop you, but not stop you from moving left or right, but not from just literally falling. It should let you fall down. I'm not 100% sure how to handle that yet, to be completely honest. Yeah, and this will fall through because it's just when you get all the way to the edge. Our edge system doesn't take over yet. Well, it doesn't exist, that's why. Oh. I'm surprised that he actually was able to come off of the ceiling when I let go of the button. He wasn't before.
Oh. Mark,
Yeah.
the new code we implemented was it on a downward slope.
Does it work on a downward slope? What do you mean?
Yeah. The right side of where you're standing now.
Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, if he's right on the point, he's gonna get stuck, but that's, you know, we know that's gonna happen. Yeah. But yeah, he's all good.
Which will actually be taken care of by the fake line. Right?
Hold on, I got stuck here. I got stuck here. Let me pause that. I was holding jump. I got stuck here for some reason.
Keep getting glued to that triangle for some reason.
Yeah. He hasn't left it off yet. He's still stuck on it. He's attempting to lift off of it, but he's getting caught. Corner ray, bottom right wall hit. Well, I don't know why. Well, you know what? I bet that's the faulty omission system. Just being weird. It must have lost its omission memory. And then it just won't let you jump off of this now. It's being strange. It's being whack. Being real whack.
The roll point has exclusion. The corner ray might not.
What's up?
Did we address this last time?
The what?
Corner ray jumping.
Oh, corner ray jumping? What do you mean jumping?
Corner ray reacting when it's in the floor.
Oh, we did not address that, no. We did not touch that yet. We looked at the omission system and we were like, oh, this is completely broke, and we undid all the changes I did. And that's as far as we got with that. Now, it doesn't happen everywhere. Like, this circle completely lets you jump off no matter how deep you're into it. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think that our omission system is... we've gone past the point where the scope is feasible for it, the way that we're doing it.
Let's theory cross. What's
could.
going on with the glue system?
Well, man, I don't know. I'm thinking, to be honest, we might have to, instead of tracking colliders, we have to start checking line refs, but we also have to start using like the intersection code that you made to start doing intersection checks, you know, going forward and shit like that. So that we could say, oh, this is connected to this is connected to this, and we're going to omit these ones along the way if we need to. But then each ray would have its own line ref omission, not full collider omission, because I think that's where we're getting fucked up. I think we're omitting and remembering entire colliders, and we're remembering them too long, but that's to be expected because we haven't fully thought through yet how the jumping state really reacts. So we haven't really done that yet, so that's fine. But it's remembering stuff wrong. Like right here. Sometimes I can jump through it, sometimes I can't.
Let's conceptualize from the ground up.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so once we're moving towards something, right? We have a move distance.
Yes.
And that is, once you hit something, the move distance is put to 0, right?
Yeah, so let me draw it here. So if you're moving here, and say that your move distance will bring you all the way down here, then you will eventually get to this point. Well, that's actually terrible. It's more like this. You want to get to this point. Move distance might move you all the way here, but you bumped into the wall, so yeah. At this point, your move distance now becomes 0. Let's say it's 10 before. And then this could be the 10. You went, I don't know, 6. You actually traveled 6.
This is per frame or per month?
This is per update. But once it reaches 0, once you bump into something, it will say, hey, you don't need to process any more micro steps because you hit something, the result's going to always be the same, so you can stop at this point.
Yeah, so we don't have a skin weight system, we get glued to the line. Yeah.
Right. So if you then try to turn around and walk your 10 paces, which say would end up here, it would be, hey, it would shoot the ray from here like this, but it would instantly hit the wall because you're touching it. And it'll be like, you didn't move because you hit the thing. Now, if you remembered that this hit this line ref, you could say, well, when I turn around, we're just going to not consider this line ref for this ray.
So I was just thinking, if that line ref continues to exist unchanged, right?
Yes.
Then you should not be able to proceed left anymore.
Correct. And if it does change in a significant way that you are impacted, it should change what your position is anyway. Because you're always going to fire that ray again anyway to check for, leaving the wall. But you'll just omit that one. If something else gets hit, then that's a different story. But that could also be a problem too.
Wait a minute. We struck a collider, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now we have an impact point. When we move again, do we strike the same collider at the same point?
If nothing moved in the environment, probably, yeah. Within a small tolerance, but yeah.
Can we do something like a ray from that point or some check from that point?
Well, you could say that if the impact point and the instant hit point, like if it's going to hit here first when you fire from it, if they're the same points, that you could omit that. Sure. Within a certain tolerance, because there's that floating point error, but, if they're close enough to be like a 0.000001 precision, then you consider it, that's the same thing, basically. Now, you could...
Well, it seems to be a directionality thing here.
Yeah, the other problem here is that you could say that this triangle A between updates gets swapped with an identical triangle B, and now that line ref is different, and then you'll still get stuck on that. Although you might be only stuck for one update, because once it sees the new line ref, and it's like, oh, okay, you get stuck for one microstep, or even one entire update, but then you get to turn around.
I'm just thinking about the impact points right now. We have an impact point. We're trying to move from the impact point into the impact point. Let's see.
Moving the impact point into the impact
point?
And
we are trying to move further into that impact point.
If you're trying to go left, yeah.
No. The problem is that if we go right,
Right. Yeah.
That they're...
then you're still hitting that point, you're just trying to go in the other direction.
But we have basically infinite different angles to consider in our movement.
Another thing we could do, because we know the angle of this going outward, we could say if the ray is not going against it.
That's what I kind of think, like some sort of reverse ray, and if it's exactly opposite or alongside the other one.
Well, you don't even need a reverse ray. You don't need a ray at all. You just say, oh, the perpendicular angle from the surface here going outward. So we know this isn't outward because it's a complete shape. So we know this is outward. We could say within a certain tolerance of like this, then just ignore it. Or even all the way, from point to point. If this angle is anywhere like here, then don't bother to consider it a wall. But if it's going the other way, this way, then yes, consider that a wall. You do that. That might be a pretty elegant solution, to be honest.
Well,
but you're gonna get a line ref off of this anyway once you hit it.
Well, I think.
And if you don't get a line ref, then you ignore the result anyway.
You've struck an impact point. Right now, we could place a boolean that says we've hit something, right?
Yes.
And we've hit something while moving in a certain vector.
Right. Say we're moving to the upright.
Well, we were moving left.
Or yeah, if we're moving left, then we're moving down left. Yeah.
So the way to unglue from that state is either an up or a right action.
Yeah, essentially. There's something that's not in line with the surface's outward direction.
Yeah, so we can say something. As long as the Boolean is true, we need to make a motion opposite that,
Right.
opposite the previous vector, to allow it to omit that collider.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest, we may not even need to store a last collider or a last line ref at all. We could just say, at the point of impact, whenever that happens to be, we just check, is this direction also in line with the surface direction? If it is,
and also
ignore
if the next update is still seeing that same thing, same object, you turn to move. But if the object vanished, then what do you do?
Well, if the object vanished, you'll never get a hit off the raycast anyway, so you
right.
just go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. You may not even need to store this at all. Just check if you're in line with it. Now, it might get a little hairy, like you say, if you try to, like, fall down on it, you still want to impact it. So it has to be
our direction
specifically something that goes inside of it, I guess.
Yeah. So our directionality needs to be opposite of the previous vector we went to unglue.
Essentially, within some level of tolerance, but yeah, essentially.
The only concern I have with that, if we hit a 0 vector, we stopped. We need to store that data bit, and then allow 0.
It still shouldn't matter. It still shouldn't matter.
The angle before it hit 0. 0 is not a stored state.
You still shouldn't matter, because you're only going to have to check when you move, and the check is just, is it in the same direction or not? Who cares what it was the frame before? It doesn't matter. What, right now, in this instance, what are the directions? And that's it, and then you can unglue yourself.
Can we execute that?
Well, easier said than done. I think there's a lot of caveats here. That we may need additional context to be like, okay, are you falling, or are you on this floor? Are you moving in a direction? Like, do these intersect?
I see it.
Do these intersect, and do we want a direction that follows the floor that we're on? You know,
no, we don't
like
need to do that. I don't see why.
I'm concerned. Well, here's the thing. Could you tell me mathematically what angles here are acceptable to detach?
Yeah. Well, even I could tell you conceptually. If it's a vector going left and down, you will need to get either a result that's up or to the right, or upright. So just normalize your vector and see what direction it is.
Oh, we're out of time now.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Yeah. If you normalize your vector...
What vector?
The vector of your movement.
Okay. This one. Okay,
Oh.
done. Well, you can get a direction. That's what you're asking for, right?
You have a sign. You have a sign, right, on those vectors?
Yes.
For left, right, up, down. So I need to check. If you were moving left, then you need a right action. If you were moving down, you need an up action. Don't glue.
Maybe.
And it's all included in the vector data.
I don't think that's nuanced enough, but I don't think I have time enough to explain why. I don't have time to draw it out and what we have left.
You're never getting an angle that goes against it, Mark. You don't need to compare angles. Just the raw factor. Directionality.
I'm not sure I agree. But,
Think about it.
Yeah, well, we don't have time to think it through at this point, but yeah. I don't know. We'll put a bookmark in it. We'll have to come back to it. We're out of time, so that's the end of that. So let's see. What's today? It's Thursday, 26th. Monday the 30th, we're gonna have Pocket Fighter EX 8 p.m. our new time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then the 2nd will be the second day of the new year. Then we'll be back with this project, the platforming game, Retro Mansion game. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Are you gonna be around, or is your vacation over by then?
When?
The 2nd of January.
No.
You're not gonna be around. Okay.
Work.
Gotcha.
Issues.
Depending on what's going on, Koi's been giving me some new designs and stuff, and I also want to make more modern style Ricky sprites. Or what I don't mean modern style. Ricky got a backpack and shit in his design, and I want his sprites to reflect that, and I've been kind of itching to do that. Let's see, that's Pocket Fighter. So Ricky got a backpack in his design, and then Tim and I have been prototyping backpack versions of the characters. So I wanted to further do some of that. We haven't done some of that in a while, so I might be doing that in a second, especially if you're not going to be here.
Best price. That's your face.
And maybe we'll try to animate a new walk cycle or something. I gotta go back over all the stuff we did. It's been so long. Because we did a couple different revisions here. This was the other one. This is the previous one. I think this is the current one. But maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to check back on the notes. And there were a few adjustments I wanted to make anyway, but I'm going to have to think about what the hell they even were at this point. So, yeah. Either way, I think that's what I'm going to do in a second, since we haven't done one of those in a while.
That's good.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So then Sunday, the 29th, I guess we'll do Star Tropics, since you won't be around. And then we'll continue Mega Man 11 on the 5th if you are around.
Yeah, and I'm gonna force you to do bursts.
No.
You have time. All the time in the world.
No, I do not have all the time in the world. I wish I had all the time in the world.
You only have 3 stages to go through in 11, Mark.
I know, but that means then I can jump onto something else, like Multi-Blood.
Okay, sure.
Alright, here's the mouse kid. All sorts of stuff.
That'll be a short stream.
What's that?
That'll be a short stream.
Oh, Multi-Blood? Yeah.
Unless I task you to tackle Light's challenge.
Light's challenge.
Yeah, the hardest stage in the game.
Fuck that. I already hate the levels in this game. I'm not doing it anymore. Fuck them.
Come on. What about superhero mode?
Good old Ricky. No, fuck that shit too. The game's already frustrating enough.
No man, it's a Mega Man game. You get better every time you play it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Speaking of Mega Man, here's the Mega Man jump pose. I know Koi did that on purpose. I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, that's a Mega Man pose. Thought that was funny. But yeah.
Come on, Mark, don't be a filthy casual. You don't play games on normal mode.
Look, it's the Rambo mouse. That's Rambo version.
Rambo plays on superhero mode.
Yeah, I bet he would. Here's fucking Tiny Tim mouse. They came out right out of the fucking 20s. And you spare.
Tiny Tim also played on superhero mode.
What was that fucking beep?
No clue.
Okay, our audio is still good. I think the controller disconnected. Whenever I hear that noise, I'm like, oh shit, the audio system blew up again. All right. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll continue on with sprite work next Thursday, and so Monday will be Pocket Fighter EX, GGPO updates. I'll probably actually work on sprites then too, because I have to review that Chun-Li animation that guy submitted, and I haven't had the time to do that. It does, but like all the programming that I do for GGPO is just fucking, it's brain dead staring at the screen. I don't think people are going to want to sit through that for an hour and a half.
Well, see, here's how you solve that problem.
What's that?
You just talk about GGPO, you explain what GGPO does, you give them an example, we're playing Melty all day.
Here's what GGPO is going to look like when it's done, and then we just play Melty for the rest of the stream. Look how smooth it is. Look how responsive it is. It is so good. Just a little aside, the Melty Blood Community Edition. Just Google it. Go to Discord. Go to their Discord. If you play Melty Blood, it's rollback Melty Blood. It attaches
Yes,
to
you
Melty
can
Blood.
Play
And-
it. You only play it if you promise to buy the Steam version.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna mention that
Version.
part. I let them discover that. You ruined it. Now we're advocating.
No. No.
We did buy the Steam one. Alright, we did buy the Steam one. Look, right here. Melty Blood, Actress Again, current code. Alright, I've got it. Cut me some slack. Jesus, I have like 5 versions of this game, I swear to God. It's that good though. Anyway, so yeah, all the chit chat aside. So that's our schedule. That's what we'll do. And that's pretty much it. So I have my list, my December list of the most generous people on the planet. That's our patrons. We got Zombie Killer, Miguel Tabasco, Corporal Chungus, Mike Cruz, Taryn Williams, AJ, and Bryce Nagalingam. I'll say it right this time. So thank you very, very much. Our Patreon has code samples. It's got early builds of games like Pocket Fighter. Not this one yet because there's really nothing to play yet, but it will eventually. And if you want to support my personal efforts in the stream and all that shit, yeah, that's the pitch. All that shit. Links down below if you're here right now live or on YouTube or whatever. And if you are on YouTube, don't forget to like and hit the bell and subscribe and do all the things that the YouTubes do.
You need to commission Larry to make an animation of you reading a list.
Yes, I absolutely do. And he's got to do it in the style of Phoenix Wright. Because you remember when Wright, he's got the paper and he taps the paper like I'm doing right now? He's got to do that and then he's got to read it.
And then you gotta give Larry more Arkham streams.
What's that?
You gotta give Larry more Arkham streams.
Oh, more Arkham streams. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. He's just said that in chat. That's AJ's deal. He was playing Arkham. Hell, you got Arkham too. You can play it. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. You can fill in for Saturdays that I'm not doing anymore.
I'm not financing your animations.
Jeez. All right, so we'll get out of here now. We're already run the gambit, so hopefully everybody had a Merry Christmas, and hopefully we're gonna have a nice Happy New Year. I think 2020 is going to be a great year. So got a lot of momentum, a lot of energy going into 2020, and I'm feeling good about it. So let's smash that new year. That'll be Wednesday. Yeah. So all right. I guess we'll see you guys later. Have a good one and scrub out.
Scrub out.